All right, as we wind down the calendar year of 2024, let's take some time to reflect on the biggest sports and entertainment stories of the year that had the sports world and the entertainment world buzzing. So, joining me to talk about those stories that really moved the needle is the sports and entertainment reporter for the New York Post, my good friend Jenna Lemoncelli, who joins me now. Jenna, what's going on?
Oh, nothing too much. Just thinking about when we sat down to think about this, I was like, wow, a lot has happened this year. And you look back and you're like, this has happened this year. So I'm just like excited to talk about this.
Yeah, no, you realize how much has happened this year, how much buzz has been around things this year, and surprised by some things that made the buzz and the waves that maybe we did not think that they would. But here we are, and we're coming to the close of 2024. So, Jenna, in 2024, we did see the Chiefs. They won their second straight Super Bowl title. But for you, particularly in what you do, so much of the coverage was with the Chiefs was about the power couples surrounding the team, right? You got Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, and then also Patrick and Brittany Mahomes. Now, you and I, we had sat down. It was right before the Super Bowl, and we talked about the Taylor Swift effect. But why do you think people cared so much about these couples? And then that's one part of my question. The other part is, if the Chiefs win a third straight Super Bowl, will the interest around these couples only increase in 2025?
Right. I mean, it's so loaded, right? Like you said, we were talking about this, the Taylor Swift effect, how the attendance was going up at games. They were seeing a different type of audience and, the domino effect that it had with the entertainment side of things with Travis Kelce's podcast and different things like that. And it's been so exciting. And people are attracted to it, obviously, because when you're winning, everybody's in a good mood, right? Everybody wants to be winning. So all of this is falling into place. And honestly, no matter what you believe in, fate, the stars lining, whatever it may be, I mean, it's kind of crazy that these two got together. She goes on the biggest tour of her life, and meaning Taylor Swift, and then he wins a Super Bowl. And of course, you guys are seeing the images come up there on the screen, them kissing after Travis played a big role in the Chiefs' Super Bowl run in February and him winning his third. Of course, Patrick Mahomes right there. And again, I think people are so attracted to these couples and because of the winning aspect of things, of course, but obviously she's the biggest pop star ever. And you have Patrick Mahomes being, you know, a future Hall of Fame quarterback in what he's doing in Kansas City, of course, building that dynasty there. So I feel like this was the year of the WAG. I feel like when I've been covering this for a while, and a couple years ago, no one was doing this. And a lot of people weren't really paying attention to the women behind these men and these families that are raising the children, that are keeping the homes together. And that's not the only thing that they do, and not minimizing that. That's the most important role that you could have. But they're also having their own businesses, building businesses, and different things of that nature. A lot of them are nurses. A lot of them work behind the scenes. So I think this was the big year of the WAG. And of course, who's better to lead it than Taylor Swift?
Yeah, there you go. 2024, year of the WAG. We gotta put that down there. That's a good
And
one.
it's only going to heighten as part two of your question in 2025. I really do believe it. I
Mm.
mean, the Chiefs are on a great run right now, of course, getting that number one seed and doing what Patrick Mahomes does best. But I think they're going to continue to only get better, of course, because everybody's looking forward to 2025, hoping for a fairy tale engagement between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. We can only hope.
Look, man, if you get the Chiefs making it three straight and Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift get engaged, ooh, you're gonna be very busy. Very,
Very busy.
very
I'm kind
busy.
of nervous now.
Very busy. You'll be very
Okay,
busy.
we'll be all right.
We'll be okay. We'll be busy, but you'll be busy probably more than me. But yeah, we'll all be busy. We'll be busy in that way. Now, talking about growth, women's sports continues to rise, and one of the things that we saw this year was the rise or continued rise, I should say, of the WNBA. Now, here in New York, we saw the Liberty. They won their first ever championship. How big, in your eyes, Jenna, was the buzz around the W? And do you think the league and its players continue to grow off and on the court next year in 2025?
Dexter, I mean, we've had many conversations about this off camera. The growth of the WNBA, well, first of all, it came out that it is proven that they saw that this entity saw the most growth of all in 2024. So that's just a testament to that. The league has been working so hard behind the scenes to see this moment that is coming to fruition right now. Of course, so many things have played a part in that, being the fans that are flocking to the league now more than ever. Of course, the sponsors and the marketing that's being put behind this now. We're seeing beauty brands like Elf and Milani teaming up with WNBA stars for commercials and game day makeup and things like that. We've never seen this before, and it is so cool. It's incredible to see, and this is a first for the league and everybody else in its young tenure. I believe 25 to 27 years old the league is at this point. And we're all going through this for the first time together. So I think a lot of people need to have grace as we see this growth roll out. I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say, of course, but in this 2024 year, we have seen the most growth ever of WNBA digital assets. That includes watching, streaming, social media, merchandise sales. We've seen single game attendance records. We've seen records across the league of attendance of all sizes. We were seeing venues having to be moved because they couldn't accommodate WNBA arenas and having to move to bigger ones. And it's the most attendance that they've ever seen in 22 years. I'd be remiss if I didn't use the name Caitlin Clark when I talk about all of this. Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, and the list goes on. We're seeing them in Sports Illustrated swimsuit. All of this is just what I'm regurgitating of the incredible stats that we've seen now that the 2024 season ended and we head to 2025. But it's only going to get bigger. It's only going to get better. And we're seeing that in teams building bigger facilities, hiring more trainers, and different things like that. The charter flights that we saw changed because we need to care for these players more and give them the treatment that they deserve. And it's all happening. We're seeing it roll out. We're seeing history being made. And again, the proof is in the pudding. Go check the stats. The W proudly rolled them out at the end of the season. They broke records of all kinds, and it's so special to see. It's only going to get bigger and better.
Oh, yeah, only going to get bigger and better. The growth will continue. We're seeing that with Unrivaled, which will be starting next month. With women's basketball 3-on-3 league, off-season league. That should be really fun. So the W, I'm excited to see what comes next in 2025. Now, we talk about a single person here, Tom Brady. Always makes the headlines, Jenna, and he made his debut as an analyst on Fox Sports this fall. Now, around this, there was great anticipation to see how he would perform on air. What did you make of his performance in year one with Fox, and do you think the Hall of Fame, for future Hall of Famer, I should say, that his stardom will increase as an analyst?
Yeah, this one was mixed reviews all year, I feel, ever since, well, I shouldn't say all year. He had his debut in September. So this was mixed reviews across sports media, across social media, and, everybody has their own opinion. Personally, I think it is an extremely hard and underrated job that people think isn't hard to be an analyst. It is hard to be there speaking off the cuff all the time. Yes, he knows the game, but he's never spoke about it in this capacity. So this is obviously a first for Tom. I think he's definitely struggled in some areas, of course. He's not rolling out smooth transitions and using some of the best words and verbiage and adjectives at times, but that comes with training. And if there's anybody who's going to focus on training, it's going to be Tom Brady. So I think he's going to get better. I think that the scrutiny is never going to stop because it is Tom Brady. And again, look at the man that we expect the most out of on and off the field. So I think he's had an up and down season. But again, I think these are growing pains. He's a rookie, right? He was also experiencing this at the beginning of his career as well, before he became the greatest quarterback of all time. So with his stardom, do I think it'll get bigger? Yes. But I don't know how long he's going to be an analyst. I know he signed that monster contract that the Post was first to report, that $375 million contract in 2022, I believe it was, and he took that gap year. But I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep this up, just because we have to remember he's also an NFL owner, and he's supposed to reportedly have a lot of say in the next head coach in Las Vegas. So how much can you really do? How much can you blur the lines? I know that there's been a lot of opinions about the NFL kind of bending the rules for him, but it's going to be interesting. I don't know how long he's going to fulfill that contract,
Yeah, I think
in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's the next question about it. How long does he want to do this? Mixed reviews, like you said, been a little bit up and down. But I think just because you're a seven-time champ and future Hall of Famer doesn't mean you're going to slide into the broadcast booth and just start killing it initially. But Tom Brady,
Right.
he seems like he's putting the work. He seems like he'll be okay.
Right?
Now,
Stylish. Hey,
yeah, hey,
at least he's looking good.
hey, got to look good when you're on air. I believe in that. Now, Brady's former coach, Bill Belichick, he made tons of headlines this year, and recently he became the head coach of the University of North Carolina's football team. But he's been in the tabloids, Jenna, for his relationship with a significantly younger woman. Were you shocked with how much attention this relationship got in 2024?
I'm not shocked with the attention that it got. I am shocked that Bill, of Bill's choice, maybe. I mean, not in a bad way. She's a beautiful young woman, but all right, Bill, do you. Nothing wrong with it. He's not breaking any laws. I mean, it's good to see him in a different light, I guess, because we're always so used to seeing him so stoic in his press conferences, and everybody does the stern Bill Belichick face and things like that. It's nice to see him in a different light, and we're going to see him in an even different light when he goes to college to take over the program there with the Tar Heels. So I just think that it's very interesting. We're seeing, like I said, what was it? Halloween. Jordan Hudson, she had posted a photo of them dressing up. I believe she was a mermaid and he was a fisherman. Again, it's just very interesting to see Bill in this light. I guess it's the more fun side of Bill, we should say.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting.
Yeah, interesting. I'm just leaving it at that word. It's
Right?
interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all you could say there.
As long as they're
it's very
happy. If they're
Yeah,
happy, I'm
and just so we're clear, I'm with Jenna on this. Hey, Bill Belichick, do you? More power to you.
we just got to win football games. That's what we're focused on.
Hey, that's what the Tar Heel fans out there want to see. We'll see how there are more headlines maybe around Bill Belichick. I'm sure it'll be for more stuff with his coaching.
We'll see her at the
in
games, probably.
2025. Yeah, we'll see. And that will be an event in itself. Last thing for me, Jenna, when we talk about these top sports entertainment headlines of 2024, one of the most anticipated sporting events of the year was the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight that was streamed live on Netflix. Look, and I'll say this, no matter what you thought of the fight, you have to acknowledge there were many eyeballs that were glued to see it. What do you think the impact of this particular kind of fight and all the celebrity that was around it, will have on, let's say, we'll call it spectacle boxing, say that, going forward? Do you think there'll be an impact from this fight, the number of eyeballs that were on it, and all the talk that was around it before and after the fight? What impact will it have on these kind of fights going forward?
I think we're going to continue to see this so much more. It's the entertainment business. And as we've seen, we have to remember too, outside of the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson aspect, this is Netflix making a statement and entering the game as an actual sports streaming entity. They're putting on events. They've made it clear that they are here and they've poured a lot of money into this, including upcoming things that they have in the works as well. I think we're going to continue to see more of these fights. They did what they said they would, including Jake Paul. You got buzz around this. You got people talking. Did people accuse them of rigging the fight and XYZ reports? Yes. But again, we're still talking about it. It was one of the biggest events. It was one of the most touted events. And when you have Mike Tyson, you're going to get eyeballs like that. And it's very interesting because people want to see the old Mike Tyson bring back his signature moves and uppercuts and things like that, which we didn't see, but you saw Mike in the ring and then you got him to talk about his future. So we got so much out of it. But on the other flip side of things, fighters, or as some people would say, real fighters, I put that in air quotes, because they are upset that this is getting more attention and more money and it's more of a spectacle and it's not so much they believe real. But you're going to have that anytime. This is modern day boxing and it's evolving. This is the evolution. And at the end of the day, this is a money-making entertainment business. And that's exactly what happened here. And, some people don't like the model, but look what happened.
What happened
It
was
worked.
a ton of eyeballs, the most viewed sporting event in North American history. You had the most eyeballs on the Katie Taylor-Amanda Serrano fight, which was the undercard to this, the most watched women's sporting event in North American history. So the numbers were crazy. No matter how you feel about it, the numbers were crazy.
The women's fight, maybe an unpopular opinion, and don't be in my mentions, but was better.
Oh, no. Just
That's it.
there's no doubt about that. It was better. It's one of the best fights of the year, and it was.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my air quotes. It was a real fight. So there you go. Boxing fans have to like that there too. But 2024, Jenna, a lot of fun, a lot of stories in sports and entertainment, some surprises. Who knows what we'll see in 2025? But you will be on top of it because that is Jenna Lemoncelli, the sports and entertainment reporter for the New York Post. Check out her work there. Jenna, happy holidays, happy New Year, and we'll have a lot to talk about in 2025.
Absolutely. Can't wait to start racking up the moments.
There we go.